Welcome back, everyone, to our final day of live streaming coverage here at the APP Plantation Open. This is our head pickleball pregame show. Lauren McLaughlin and John Davison here in the booth for our final day, which is men's and women's pro singles. We've seen some amazing action so far this entire weekend. Yesterday we had our men's and women's doubles with some pretty thrilling gold medal matches to finish us, and I expect more of the same here for singles. We have 23 men and 14 women signed up in their respected brackets. Any names pop out, John, that you are looking forward to seeing today?
Well, on the men's side, we have our usual suspects with Navratil and Lika, Foster, Frazier and Johnson. And you know what I will say is Federico Stackshrew took down Johnson Cola in the second round, which I was able to watch that game, and it was pretty exciting. So I would like to see Federico on the main court here.
He's a player to watch, absolutely. And we are coming up on championship court. We're going to have William Sobek and J.W. Johnson, our co-host here today. But over on our women's side, a shockingly deep field. Looking at these names, I'm seeing just a lot of really talented women. We, of course, have Georgia Johnson, Cameron Blackwood, Amanda Hendry, Anna Bright, Millen Rain, Megan Fudge, Paris Todd, Ariel Butler, Bobby Oshiro. The list goes on and on of fabulous talent here on our women's side. I'm very excited to see how that bracket shakes out here today. But let's go ahead and get into the action here on Championship Court for our first matchup on the stream. It is our co-host of the tournament, J.W. Johnson. He's going to be on the near end, taking on William Sobek on the far end. Johnson, the number 2 seed here today. Sobek, the number 7. And again, wind a little bit less than it has been so far this weekend, but certainly still wreaking a little bit of havoc here on the courts. Nice, beautiful, open venue, but that, of course, can lead to a lot of wind, and especially in the singles game, that can just be very frustrating because you don't have the 2 people anymore. You're playing against the wind and your partner now, so we'll see on this singles day just how much the wind is playing into it here today.
Yeah, will 100% play a factor. And I was just about to say, surprisingly, we have wind today. So
I mean, yeah, I'm shocked as much as you are, John.
But we should have a good match here with 2 young, athletic young gentlemen. You should see a lot of court coverage here by both players. Able to get, well, the wind really stopped that ball from bouncing up, allowing Sobek to get to it.
Yeah, nice big backhand slice, though, from J.W. Johnson getting it down. And again, I think the players that have been playing so far the entire weekend have kind of gotten a little used to the wind, or at least knowing what maybe they need to do to try and work with it. So
yeah,
both our players on the board here.
It'll be interesting to see which players might want to drive more into the wind or dropping the ball, whatever they find more comfortable.
And there you can see William Sobek, again, just so athletic. Gets to a lot of balls, puts a little bit of flair on some of those shots, which I appreciate. He is up 2-1 here in this first game.
And the wind is coming across the right side of the court on your screen to the left. So players will need to be careful driving down the left side of the court, as that ball will definitely tail wide.
Absolutely. This is a quarterfinal matchup here for men's pro singles. William Sobek had to bye his first round and then took down Alex Newman 11-2, 11-6, while Johnson, also having a bye in his first round, had to take down Jason Garriott 11-1, 11-3. So second round matchup for both of them. Technically a third round, though, with them both having byes. So they're looking to get into the semis here.
JW finding the open court there. He's definitely targeting Sobek's backhand so far in the early stages of this match.
Nice drive there. Again, some might notice William Sobek recently going to those Adidas paddles. He has mentioned the version he has currently is a little slick, doesn't have as much grit as he would like on that paddle face, but I guess Adidas has been given some feedback and they're coming out with a new line here soon that he will switch to, which has a little more grit. But also on the other side, looks like JW Johnson has switched back to his carbon paddle here for singles. We have seen him using the Franklin so far here at this tournament. We asked him about that yesterday. A lot of our viewers at home are wondering about that, and he just said he wanted to mix it up a little. Just trying something new, bringing back a oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, you know, he just shows he can play with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think so far what we've seen in this game is Sobek just took a timeout. JW Johnson is driving a lot of balls straight down the line. He's not hitting a lot of balls across court. So we'll see if Sobek can pick up that that pattern. Johnson has not hit a lot of cross-court shots so far.
15 seconds.
Yeah, cross-court, again, with the wind, can be a little more of an iffy shot. Looks like William Sobek was having a word with his father, Rusty, on the sideline, who's watching.
And just as I say that, he hits one cross, and but still gets the point.
I mean, he can do it all. I expect to see him bringing all the tricks out of his bags here in singles. Beautiful shot down that sideline. Again, Johnson just playing very comfortable right now, very loose.
I think Williams having a hard time getting that return deep into the court. You know, the wind might be playing a factor, but also JW's hitting big serves.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of short returns this weekend due to the wind. That one was very deep.
Yeah, and he was able
exactly
to get the
what
ball
he
back.
needed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna miss just wide. Sobek just puts a little too much on that. Looks like he tried a little bit of an inside out down that sideline. A little too much out and not enough in.
And also the direction of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he hit that inside out, and the wind definitely helped the ball push wide. And again, we see Sobek just not getting that return deep enough. JW Johnson able to step inside the court to apply pressure and just find the open court.
9-2.
Oh, beautiful. William Sobek loves kind of that no-look backhand cross-court put away.
Yeah, he was able to save himself. Again, you see that return falling about middle of the court.
Yeah, you can see Johnson's shots just so deep in the court because he does have the wind helping him. That one looked like it was long.
Yep. JW Johnson doesn't look like he's broken a sweat yet today.
Yeah, he's just strolling around the court, barely moving.
Slide out. 2-9.
That was a good pickup by Sobek. Able to drop that ball in very nice
3-9.
from the back of the court.
Again, that's so tough because Johnson, I think, knows the wind is on that side, so he pushes it down that sideline. And Sobek, he has to go cross court or risk hitting it out, which he did that time. But Johnson, I think, then kind of knows what that next shot is coming.
Slide out.
You're absolutely right. J.W. Johnson definitely trying to push that ball into that back corner on Sobek's forehand side, and he has to really do a lot to get the ball back across the court.
9-3.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
And he didn't even look like he had to struggle too hard to get there.
It was just a little flick of the wrist, and he.
My goodness.
We saw that from him yesterday in doubles too.
Yeah, that was such a great shot from Sobek too. I'm sure he thought he absolutely had him on that one.
10-3.
It's never over when you're playing against J.W. Johnson.
No. And that one just wide of that sideline, so
Game
that
one.
will be game one for J.W. Johnson here, 11-3. We will take a short break here on Championship Court. Back to our singles action and game number 2 in this men's pro singles quarterfinal matchup when we return. Welcome back, everyone. Our final day here at the APP Plantation Open presented by Head Pickleball. Lauren McLaughlin and John Davison here for our final day of coverage. Right now we have a quarterfinal men's pro singles matchup. William Sobek taking on co-host of the tournament, J.W. Johnson. Johnson on the far end for this game number 2. He took game 1 11-3.
Yeah, it was pretty convincingly. Sobek just didn't get the return in deep enough. It was pretty much the story of the whole game, and J.W. Johnson could just control the point from there.
Yeah, really, of course, the wind still a factor here today. Nice job from Sobek, being aggressive, taking those balls out of the air. We'll see if being on the near court is what Sobek needs to get something going here a little bit. Seemed to certainly make J.W. Johnson's job a lot easier on that side of the court. See if Sobek can use that wind a little bit to his advantage. It is less windy than it has been, but it's still, you know, easily 10 to 15 or more winds here. So definitely still, especially in singles, playing a factor.
Yeah, and that right there is something that Sobek does not need. He's giving up free points to Johnson, who's already someone who's very tough to play against as it is.
And I'm not sure we saw any cat and mouse in that first game with both the players at the net like we just saw. So looks like, again, Sobek, I think, finding a little bit more comfortability on this side with the wind.
And J.W. Johnson just has amazing anticipation. As you see there in the cat and mouse, when you're getting ready to play Johnson, get ready to run, because he moves you around, and he is always where you put the ball.
And again, kind of left that one up high. I'm not sure if he was in between trying for a lob or not. Just like a weirdly right into Sobek's forehand shot, which you could see Johnson, I think, immediately after wondered himself why he hit that shot. Nice get there from Sobek. Oh,
Wow.
Wow. What? How did he get that?
That was amazing.
ESPN highlight reel right there from William Sobek. Oh my goodness gracious.
He
I
ran
thought,
all the way from the back right corner of the
and
court.
the wind was taking that ball even farther away from him. Now that was impressive.
That was really impressive. He's shaking his hand off. I don't know if he maybe
Did he put it down maybe when
he
he
might
had
have
to
took a
slide?
little skin off the court. Well done.
Very well done. I would have liked to see him maybe keep Johnson back.
I was just going to say the same
He
thing.
brought him up, which I thought was certainly dangerous to have done. It worked out, but yeah, I think I would have liked to see him keep that ball deep. And you're right, that left hand shaking out a little. I wonder if when he had to slide to get that ball, he kind of had to put that down.
It is starting to drizzle a little bit on the court.
Oh, there's just one cloud passing over, just a teeny sprinkle.
It doesn't look like anything that's going to hold, so we should be all right for this match. But it is starting
It's
to
like a
sprinkle a little
mist.
bit on the court.
3-2.
That's South Florida for you, I'll tell you what. Just a rain cloud just pops up out of nowhere.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful passing
That's-
shot.
That was absolutely insane. He hit that into the wind. And it just pushed that ball down right into the kitchen, and Sobek
4-3.
could not do anything about it. I think we're going to see that more from Johnson.
Yeah.
He's going to start hitting that cross-court roll into the wind because the wind is just going to push that ball down into the kitchen, not allowing Sobek to be able to get the ball out of the air.
5-2.
Ooh, that's going to be short after it clips the net.
2-5.
And again, wind picks up just as Johnson's returning that, pushing it down.
3-5. Slide out.
It's going to be a little wide, but
Well, you know, I like him going to that side because him hitting into the wind there should push that ball in more often than not.
5-3.
5-3 is our score here in game 2.
Slide out.
Great court coverage there by Sobek in anticipation. Picking up on the pattern that JW is going more to his forehand side.
5.
Able to step in there and put it away. Just wide.
I mean, the amount that these single players can slide across the court, I would absolutely rip apart every muscle that exists in my legs if I tried that.
Sobek is incredibly athletic and quick.
Absolutely.
So he's another player just like Johnson who, just because you hit an amazing shot does not mean that ball is not coming back. Expect him to track every single thing down and work for it.
Oh, good anticipation there. Got the drop, got up to the net, and realized Johnson chose right. He was going down that line, just kind of overdid it.
It was a great return.
Oh, just a little too much angle on that, puts it into the net.
This game has been a lot more competitive because, again, Sobek is returning that ball deep into the court, making JW hit a harder shot like that one. He's able to get up to the line, and JW is on his back foot instead of being able to step into the court.
3-6. Point.
Yeah, Johnson definitely struggling a little bit more on that side with the wind kind of into his face.
Yeah, he's missed 2 returns here.
A little too high there from Sobek.
J.W. Johnson, not the biggest guy in the world, but he makes himself big, if that makes sense, Lauren. He makes himself very wide, very hard to pass, and with his anticipation, he's able to appear a lot bigger than he is.
I mean, have you seen the size of his legs, though, John? Easily like 3 times the size of mine.
Well done by Sobek.
Nicely done.
Sobek's playing well. He's finding his groove. You know, first game might have been maybe nerves or just not finding his mojo there.
5-6.
Yeah, back within 1, 5-6 here. Oh,
Point. I'm sorry, side out.
There's some good cat and mouse by both players.
yeah. They're very quick at the net.
6-5.
Able to move laterally really well.
Johnson just does such a great job playing those angles, creating some open court for himself.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, just a little too much sliding there from Sobek on that last one. Slipped a little bit. I think otherwise he would have got a better paddle on that, but really nice exchange from both players.
That was an unlucky net court roll there by Sobek, who calls a appropriately timed timeout.
1 minute.
As this game's starting to get a little bit away from him, but he's done a lot better this game so far than game 1.
Yeah, so timeout here. Sobek looking to hang in. Again, final day of coverage here at the APP Plantation Open, presented by Head Pickleball. Our women's division has kicked off as well here this morning, so we will certainly have some of those ladies' matches coming up here on Championship Court as well today. Going to be playing all the way through our gold medal matches here today. Again, William Sobek over chatting with his dad, getting a little advice. And right now we are at 21 minutes and 43, 44, 45 seconds for this match. So we're gonna, it was a relatively quick first game for Johnson. Again, Sobek definitely found what he needed to do here. I think the end change was very beneficial to his game here. That's unfortunate coming out of the timeout. Just a free point with that serve return. He hasn't really missed any serve returns this game. He's been much more steady. Oh, well, Johnson repaid the favor.
Yeah, I would like to see Sobek try to mix it up a little bit. I think JW is starting to recognize that Sobek is playing a lot to his backhand, even in the cat and mouse. So I'd like to see him possibly go more to JW's forehand to keep him honest, to start to keep him guessing more, because JW Johnson's leaning more to that backhand side, knowing it's going there. And there we go.
Nicely done there. Again, you'll see Sobek kind of launch himself into the air for some of those putaways. Again, I'm really going to be petitioning USA Pickleball to incorporate style points into some of these matches.
Yeah, he's very explosive, Sobek. So he definitely makes those volleys look pretty flashy.
Johnson has pulled away a little bit. Ooh, that's just too good.
There's just nothing Sobek can do about that. There was, I mean, amazing return deep into the court, and he did mix it up like we just talked about.
Oh, I think he missed that wide.
Oh, he did miss it wide, yes.
Oh my gosh, a giant palm branch just flew out of a tree. I'm so sorry. I thought it was going to kill someone. Everyone's okay. No one was hit by the giant palm flying out. Oh, that one unfortunate for Sobek. Looks like he was in the right position, but just clips the net ever so slightly and throws it off. Now a match point here for J.W. Johnson. Sobek was really even with him. Johnson just pulling away here at the end a little bit.
And there it is.
Beautiful, beautiful shot to finish it off. William Sobek definitely put up a fight here in game number 2, but J.W. Johnson heads to the semifinals. William Sobek will drop into our consolation bracket. Keep battling here today. Don't go anywhere. More fantastic pickleball action here today on our Pro Singles Day here at the APP Plantation Open presented by Head Pickleball. We'll be back right after this.
At Coulter Homes, the rules are simple. Grab your paddle and always dink in the kitchen. Remember where you are. Coulter Homes is the home of pickling. Smash and poach on dedicated courts in resort style and active adult new home communities across the Southeast, including PGA Village Verano and Port St. Lucie, home of the World Pickleball Open. Learn more at coulterpickleball.com.
So ready for Next Gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball.
I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about Next Gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for Next Gen.
The PT Pro team at pickleballtournaments.com have unparalleled experience running tournaments, including all professional tours and premier events. We provide professional services to develop, plan, and deliver tournaments that players and fans love. Pickleballtournaments.com, powering pickleball tournaments worldwide.
Hey, I'm Ben Johns, and I'm here to tell you why the pros prefer the Franklin X40 pickleball. I really like the durability. It's pretty rare that I crack one of these. I really like the balance in the ball. I really love this ball because of the color. The visibility at any time during the day is always extremely easy to see, so I think it's not just for the players, it's also a great spectator ball.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
New People Pickleball.
If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
All right, back to the action here on Championship Court at the APP Plantation Open, presented by Head Pickleball, here in Plantation Central Park in Plantation, Florida. We have Jack Foster taking on Dylan Frazier, our number 2 and 5 seeds respectively.
We talked to Foster here in the booth just before this match, and he says that these conditions really help his game, separates himself over the other players, so we'll see if his theory works out for him.
Yeah, he loves that drive from the back. Of course, has that big windmill forehand that he loves. So he's definitely going to be looking for those passing shots. Really strong drives.
He won't be dropping very much, and his backhand is coming along, but he does, you will see him run around that backhand as much as possible, and he can hit either an inside out
that's going to be long
forehand or throws it down the line as well.
All right, we have an update. Jack Foster, our number 4 seed. I was thinking as I said that, I thought Johnson was our number 2 seed. Good correction from the truck. Oh, that is, oh, I thought that was going to drop in that back corner. I like the idea. Oh, left that one a little short, I think accidentally, but
yeah,
it certainly worked in his favor.
Yeah, you could hear it did not come off his paddle very cleanly.
Yeah, he's just going to be winding up and rocking those windmill shots. He is, of course, a very emotional player, contrasted by Dylan Frazier, who is not. Ooh, nice shot there again. Holds those shots just to the last minute. Doesn't let Foster kind of get a good read on where he thinks he's going, just kind of freezes him instead.
Yeah, Frazier does that very well. You could just see how long he holds that paddle before picking where he wants to put the ball. Makes it a lot more difficult to anticipate where he's putting that next shot.
Oh, nice job from Foster using the wind, because that is sailing wide any other day, but with that wind, holds it up. Really nice job. And we saw in our previous match, JW Johnson had a lot of success on the side that Jack Foster is on right now. The wind really seems to be favoring that side right now. And I think Foster trying to take full advantage of it. Looking for those short returns from Frazier, trying to attack.
Yep, Foster likes to apply a lot of pressure, and Frazier does as well, but Frazier definitely likes that cat and mouse play. So he's trying to get up and drop the ball in, get up to the net.
Moving back and forth, sideline to sideline, well done.
Pretty big serve there by Foster.
And again, Frazier's into the wind, so he's trying to really hit those returns with a lot of pace, which sometimes ends up sailing them long because you put too much on it or you can't judge the wind quite enough.
You got a little greedy there, too big of a swing. You know, he really didn't need to hit that as hard as he did.
Yeah,
and,
I think he actually was in the kitchen as well at the end. But because it was out, a moot point. Oh, nice drive there from Frazier.
Frazier keeps those drives so low.
And I think sometimes it's a little surprising that it even comes over the net because you think looks like it's going in the net.
Yeah, it stays very flat, very low.
All right, we have a timeout here from Jack Foster. He's going to do some toweling off. Frazier within one. It's an early timeout here in game one, but I think a good one. Foster has certainly grown in his recognition of when he needs to take those timeouts. I think he knows if he's getting frustrated. So a good timeout here. And again, here's our weather conditions here for our final day in Plantation, Florida. Again, low 80s. It's been really beautiful temperatures here. Mostly sunny, some clouds here and there, some good cloud cover, but winds, as you can see, they're still 15 to 25 miles an hour. So again, still significant, but when yesterday, you know, we were looking at 40 miles an hour, it almost seems like just a light breeze today.
It is definitely still the third player on the court at the moment. That was a good timeout by Foster as he, as Frazier dumps that serve into the net.
Nice spot there.
Yep, and we're going to see that Foster does a really good job of running around that backhand and finding that inside-out forehand. We're interested to see if Frazier starts to play a little bit more to Foster's forehand.
Foster does seem to be staying very positive, seems to be playing confidently. Again, nice angle.
And if you're Frazier and you're playing someone like Foster, you really just have to ride the wave, right? Because the way Foster plays, very high risk, high reward.
It's going to be good.
Which can create some streaks.
Just out. I thought he might have caught that sideline after Frazier had to recover off the let serve.
Silver medal to Pam Gilbert and Eric Gilbert, and your gold medalist, Audrey Manata and Mick Ray. Great play this morning.
So yeah, Frazier can just ride this wave of Foster. It can really come and go.
Grab your paddles and some smiles and collect your award.
There's a little frustration there from Foster. Haven't seen too much of that yet. He does talk to himself a lot during singles. 3-6 here in this first game. Oh. Yeah, he had to avoid that kitchen. He was teetering on that corner, so he wasn't able to get back and get ready for that next shot, unfortunately. This is a quarterfinal matchup as well. Our other two quarterfinals are Zane Navratil taking on Eden Lika, and Nacho D'Elia taking on Federico Staxrud. So some really nice quarterfinals here in our men's pro singles bracket already. Pushes that just a little deep.
Yep, great court coverage by Frazier. We definitely see that a lot of these young guys, they can move laterally so well. The point's never over.
Ooh, wind picking up significantly right now. Everybody watch out for palm branches.
We have a tight ball game here so far. It's been pretty competitive. Both players going on some runs.
Ooh, really short there from Frazier. Nice get though from Foster.
Well, the one good thing about returning short to Foster's backhand side is he can't get there in time to run around and hit that forehand.
Yep, which is what he wants to do for sure.
And a large percentage of the time, when Foster can only get that backhand on it, he goes cross court. So Frazier's able to predict where that ball is going to go.
Yeah, Frazier has weathered the storm here, now taking a 1-point lead as Foster, some unforced errors here the last few exchanges, but a nice placed shot there gets him the ball back.
Yeah, he held that to the last second. Looked like he was going to show he was going to hit the Dillon's backhand. And just put it in the open court, cross court.
Oh, huge serve there from Foster. Right at that baseline. Frazier cannot return it. Ties us back up at 7s.
Foster really does a good job of using those legs to generate the power in that serve. And especially with how quick his arm's moving in that windmill type of serve. He can create a lot of power on that serve, and it's always deep and always hard. Frazier, though, also just returning the favor.
And then another timeout here from Foster. It'll be his second and final one here in game 1, as Frazier takes a 1-point lead. And Foster was playing really well in the beginning. I mean, he's still playing well, but the errors have crept in now. He had kind of kept those to a minimum earlier, got out to a lead, was playing very confidently, and now Frazier has made the adjustments that he needed to. It's starting to crack Foster's stoic demeanor. Here you can definitely see getting a little more frustrated.
Yeah, well, it's been interesting to see just Frazier's short returns to the backhand side. You know, he's basically just taken Foster's weapon away. So, you know, he's not able to run around it and hit that forehand. And it's been working out for him to hit that short, low bouncing return.
And as we continue to see kind of new names and faces into the pickleball world, I think, you know, it's almost beneficial to the players that have been around a little more, because Frazier knows Foster's game. He's played him a good amount. He's watched him play. Oh.
I believe.
Did he hit? He must have hit it, because that was going super wide otherwise. Again, a little wind assist there.
Looks to be just long.
Yeah, that looks long.
He had the court there, but just pushed it a little too much. Again, Foster just pushing that ball a little too long. Trying to keep that ball deep, of course, but the margin of error,
Yeah.
it's too small.
He's got to be wary of that wind at his back. And what seemed like Foster could be having a great first game, now has turned around and with a ball wide.
Yep. Game one goes to
Dylan
Frazier.
Frazier comes back again, just kind of withstood,
The storm.
stayed in it there. So we'll take a short break here on Championship Court. Game number 2 in this men's pro singles quarterfinal matchup coming up right after this.
The PT Pro Team at pickleballtournaments.com have unparalleled experience running tournaments, including all professional tours and premier events. We provide professional services to develop, plan, and deliver tournaments that players and fans love. Pickleballtournaments.com, powering pickleball tournaments worldwide.
Welcome back here on a windy Sunday morning here in Plantation, Florida. Ooh, I almost didn't get that out. Florida. It's been a long weekend. Ooh, all right, we are in a quarterfinal matchup here in our men's pro singles bracket. Jack Foster on the far end here for game number 2, taking on Dylan Frazier. On the near end, Frazier came from behind, able to pull away and take it game 1, 11-7 over Foster. Now with the end change, different wind conditions, let's see if Foster can hold a little steadier here, or will Frazier just keep the momentum rolling into the semis?
Frazier did a very good job of taking Foster's biggest weapon away with that forehand. Foster just unable to get his weapon back in the game, but he also made some crucial mistakes at the end of game 1, just pushing some balls a little too long. Maybe he needed to bring his margin in a little bit.
We're seeing a couple errors here from Frazier as well early on in game number 2. Nope. And again, I think a shot sort of out of desperation to throw that lob up. It was into the wind though, so not a bad idea, but
Frazier off to a good start here so far, 3-1.
That's going to be long. Yeah, you can see Foster just winding up
Yep, Frazier
really just wants those drives.
Frazier doing a good job, being very athletic and anticipating where Foster's putting those drives and making sure there's a paddle there.
Yeah, Foster just trying to push things a little bit too much right now. I think he needs to just kind of take it down a little bit, calm himself just a little bit.
Great job by Frazier, really pushing Foster off the court.
We're gonna have a timeout here from Foster. Yeah, it just seems that he's a little chaotic, it seems, right now here as we are getting into game 2. Definitely not quite as focused on, it seems, what he wants to do like we saw in game 1. So I think it's just a little all over the place right now, and I think if Foster is able to kind of hone in on what specifically he wants to do and try and make that happen, it could be advantageous. Again, Frazier playing very well right now, so hard to kind of come up against that.
Yeah, Frazier not making really any mistakes, moving the ball around well, just being very consistent.
15 seconds.
So we'll see here if Foster's timeout works out for him.
Getting a little coaching there from Frank Anthony Davis on the sideline, fellow New Peepo team member.
There he goes, and the timeout paid off. But he needs to be able to convert here an inch away at this deficit he's looking at.
Again,
Yep.
Frazier holds it so long. You could see that Foster committed to that sideline,
Yep.
and then Frazier goes cross court. And it's really, I always find it really interesting. There's players that can be more emotional players, but you can watch Foster after every single rally. He looks over at Frank Anthony Davis. He's one of those players that he needs somebody in the crowd to connect with.
Yep.
And not all players are like that, but he's one of them. It's almost like he needs an anchor. He needs an anchor of somebody that he can look to, whether it be out of frustration, encouragement, whatever it is. But you'll watch him look over at the sideline almost every single time.
There he goes.
Oh, nicely done. A little hands battle. We haven't seen too many of those this exchange, but some nice hands there from Foster. As we know, Frazier has some of the quickest hands up there at the net, so well done. Stayed nice and calm. Didn't overdo anything.
Amazing defense by Frazier here.
I mean, another fantastic rally, and Foster not happy about that. Again, Foster got pushed back off the line, back into the transition zone. Cut down a little bit on the angle that he could hit, just put it a little too low.
Yeah, it'd be very frustrating for Foster there as Frazier was just digging everything out of his ankles.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those errors from Foster on that backhand. He definitely is more comfortable with the forehand. Again, he can hit some really amazing backhands, but... And there, beautiful one right there. Made sure to really focus on placing that, as he has missed a couple of them previously.
Oh, tweener. And that was just wide, but amazing tweener from the baseline by Foster.
He pulls that out of his bag more often than not.
Yeah, he really needs to bring his margins in a little bit. He's aiming for just too much angle and trying to get the ball too deep in the court. And he's missing a little long, a little wide. So just bring the margins in a little bit. Make Dylan play. But Dylan Frazier just being very solid throughout this whole game, even keeled and consistent.
I know Dylan Frazier, 20 years old. I believe Jack Foster is also 20. I don't think he's turned 21 yet. So both young men here playing.
Foster needs to get a little run of his own here if he's going to have a chance in pushing this to a game 3. There he is. See, he brought in his margin just a tad. He just needs to get the ball on the court, make Dylan Frazier hit the ball. Looks like he slipped a little bit as he ran in.
Yeah. Ooh, Wind kept that in. Nice spot there. Again, when you see him just kind of focus in and, like you said, just bring in the margins. Don't go for so tight of a shot. Don't go so close to the sideline. Just.
Well, and also sometimes when you're playing somebody like Frazier, who's just getting every single ball back, and he just moves laterally so well, you feel like you have to hit a perfect shot. And sometimes that can result in more errors as you're bringing, you know, you're minimizing that margin.
And again, he does have a very, very unique style of play that you don't see from literally any other player, really. And so that, of course, I think it does work well in singles. I know he's starting to play a little bit more doubles, trying to work on that doubles game, but even in singles, it's a little hard to kind of rein in that style, hone it, focus it.
But, you know, you can't count Foster out. He can easily go on a run here, as he's definitely known for.
And I think that's his style of play. That's what makes him so unpredictable as well.
Yep. So Frazier just needs to keep doing what he's doing, be consistent, not worry if Foster strings together a few points.
Oh, that's over without the wind, unfortunately. Foster is going on a little bit of a run here, trying to inch his way closer. Just a little high there.
Amazing athleticism.
Oh, just such great effort, but
we have a timeout on match point.
Yeah, and that's so tough because Foster just, you can see how much energy he puts in, how much he exerts in some of these rallies, and then to kind of miss that last one after some really great gets. Very deflating feeling, of course. Yes, Dylan Frazier will have a match point when we come back from this timeout on his paddle. Looking to head to the semifinals.
You know, Frazier really takes the wind out of the game because his balls just stay so low and flat.
And it looks like one of our semis is set. It looks like Federico Staksrud has taken down Nacho de Elia, 11-2, 11-3, so he will face J.W. Johnson in one of the semis, while the winner of this match will take on the winner of Zane Navratil versus Edin Lika. That's gonna be good. Ooh, wow, nice get there from Frazier. Wow. are definitely scrambling here, but staying in it. Just trying to stay alive. Oh,
what an amazing match point.
Oh, he wanted to break his battle.
Great
Good
play by both
restraint,
sides.
good restraint. Yeah, really nice rally to finish that off. So Dylan Frazier will move on to the semifinals. Again, waiting for his opponent and who that will be. We will take a short break here on Championship Court at the APP Plantation Open presented by Head Pickleball. More pickleball when we return.